Welcome back, fellow apes. Today we are going to be talking about NFTs. Specifically, we are going to explain what they are, and then we're going to talk about the pros and cons of investing into them. So if you've ever wondered about what people were talking about when it came to NFTs, this is the video for you. We're going to start with the very basics. NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. The word fungible isn't one that's used a lot in everyday conversation, so people sometimes get hung up on it. Basically, a fungible item is a good or service that can physically be replaced by another identical item. Non-fungible means that that item cannot be exchanged for something else of equal value. Let's put it into a physical problem. You can exchange a $20 bill for two tens. You can swap a diamond for another diamond of the same size. That makes them fungible. NFTs are completely one of a kind. That means there are no other items exactly like them, so they are not fungible. What about the token portion, you ask? Well, the token is what they are. NFTs are a form of cryptocurrency, a little like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, or Ethereum. So it doesn't have a physical form, and the tokens are not mass-produced. They aren't identical, and they cannot be matched up with another token. So they are, you guessed it, non-fungible tokens. Now, NFTs are different from Bitcoin in that people don't mine for them. Instead, artists upload the NFT that they've created into a verified NFT marketplace, and people come to purchase it. The buyer and the seller do all of the work. The only middleman involved is the host of the marketplace. That means that unlike Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, miners just simply aren't required. This has made things that much simpler and drastically reduced the learning curve involved in the buying and selling of NFTs. In fact, once you understand the basis of what an NFT is, you're pretty much ready to get involved in the market. But if they're virtual tokens that cannot be replicated or exchanged for something of equal value, is there any reason to invest in them? This is actually one of the hottest topics at the moment. Depending on who you ask, you're going to get wildly different answers. Some people liken it to buying internet clout. Other people say it's more like buying a barcode, a certificate of authenticity that you own something completely unique and solely yours. What is certain is that around NFTs, a very profitable market has grown exponentially fast. And that brings us to the next point. Where do you sell them? Because they exist in a purely digital manner, you can only sell them on virtual markets. The three top spots to buy NFTs are OpenSea, Known Origin, and Rarible. While there are a few others to browse though, they don't have the same user market or same popularity. There you're able to enter bidding wars on various NFTs. If you come up being the highest bidder, you own the virtual rights to that unique item. Some people have even gotten into the habit of selling also tweets, colors, and even Minecraft-inspired characters. See, the premise is that it just has to be a completely unique file uploaded. You're promising that no replicas of that file have ever been made. The most popular NFTs are going for tens of millions of dollars. The record for the most expensive NFT ever sold, and one of the most expensive artworks ever sold, goes to Everyday's, the first 5,000 days. The artwork, created by famed digital artist Mike Beeple Winkleman, sold for $69.3 million at Christie's, the first time that a venerable auction house has ever sold a purely digital artwork. Sometimes you can even continue making royalties on the NFT once it's sold to other buyers in the future, getting a bit of profit every time it bounces from one buyer's collection to another. Because the nature of an NFT is that it's a one-of-a-kind product. There have been cases of minimalist, 8-bit, and even just plain subpar art selling for huge amounts of money. People want to own something that no one else in the world can have. It's a constantly widening market, with an ever-growing community of both buyers and sellers. Look closely before you buy, however. There have been some NFTs sold under the guise of being an original Banksy piece, only to later be outed as a fake. They can easily be solved by doing a quick search. Banksy hasn't made much digital art, and he isn't in the business of selling pieces as NFTs. That's no different than doing research into traditional art pieces before you buy them to make sure it's not a forgery. But that leads us to another con. In fact, it might be the biggest downside of all when it comes to dealing with NFTs. See, NFTs aren't completely free to make. They have a surprisingly large environmental impact due to the fact that they require so much electricity to create. The sales and trading of crypto art, another word for NFTs, generates a lot of heat, uses a lot of power, and emits a lot of carbon. Some researchers have found that harvesting Bitcoin can use as much power as the entire country of Argentina per day. It's not too far off for NFTs. One artist sold 6 NFT pictures and found that the transaction used the same amount of power that his studio did over the course of an entire year. Because of this, there are a lot of people that are currently attempting to locate a green way to use power to continue their Bitcoin mining and the sale and trade of NFTs. It can even be argued that a few months ago, the community around NFTs was so small, it wouldn't have made much of an environmental impact. Now, though, the community is twice as large and constantly growing. Due to the nature of electricity, some people forget about the impact it has on the world around us. Some states have already started looking into this. The states that use hydropower as their main energy source are much cleaner. These states have become Bitcoin mining hotspots because they cause much less stress on the environment. It could be said that by switching to a more sustainable form of power, NFTs could also reduce the amount of energy that they use. As you can tell, there are both pros and cons when it comes to investing in NFTs. Whether you plan on buying them or selling them, as always, due diligence is king. I'm the Market Monkey, and if you found this video useful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing and turning the notifications on. This video does not constitute as financial nor trading advice, and to be frank, you'd be crazy to follow the directions of some random gorilla on the internet.